Hi everybody, this is going to be chapter 14. The last thing that we had in chapter 13 is that Maeve wouldn't be seeing her boyfriend because she's grounded after an episode. If you want to know what the episode was, please go and listen to chapter 13 from the book The Gifts That Bind Us from Carolyn O'Donoghue. Excuse me. Mum and Dad might have the best intentions about grounding me, but that doesn't change the fact that my weekend is their weekend too, and they want to do things. It's a bright warm Saturday and they want to drive the dog to the beach, 40 minutes away. That's another nice thing about Kilbeg. You are never far from the city or the sea. Will you come, May? Dad says eagerly, putting his walking shoes on. We'll go for a nice lunch afterwards. No thanks, I say mournfully, looking at my books. I need to hunker down. All right, well, we'll probably be back at about 4. Cool, see you then. Dad can't stand anyone fighting. Mum, however, is fine with it. The energy in the house is not great. The minute they leave, I call Rue, who is with Fiona and Lily, and they come over. Someone stuck this leaflet on the bulletin board by the music room, Lily says, unfolding a piece of paper from her pocket. It has their logo on it. She taps at the St. Bridget's cross printed on the back. I look at the leaflet. It's full of laughing young people, some of whom I dimly recognize as being Instagram and TikTok influencers. Not the fancy international kind of influencer, but the more local ones. The kind of people who have French bulldogs and are always tagging themselves at free lunches. Exam stress? Positive thinking can lead towards future success. Clarify your vision with a free personality test. Find your path. Talk to someone today. They are in Clarendon Hotel, I say, peering at the address. But that's like fancy. Girls in our school are going to this? I guess, Lily shrugs. It says here there's free food. I know, Rory says. A big step up from that meeting place in Aaron's weird apartment. Huge. Lily and Fiona start examining it, and Rue puts his hand on the small of my neck. I'm sorry about last night, he whispers. I couldn't say no. Couldn't or wouldn't, I reply, still mildly miffed. We are not in a position to turn gigs down, he says, a bit moodily. We have a tour coming up. I know, I say, a little too fiercely. Well, we should go, says Lily, tapping the leaflet again. I ignore her and tap quietly into Rue's thoughts. She could ask me how the gig went. We should go, she says again louder. To this, I point to the leaflet. Today? Wouldn't that be dangerous? Lily blinks at me, confused. For who? We all look at one another, and wave of confidence, silver and glittering, washes over all of us at once. Yeah, I say, tired of feeling like the bad guy, desperate to do some good. Yeah, let's do it. Fiona gets to her feet. Come on then, let's go. I see Rue looking down, reviewing his outfit, black leggings and an embroidered tunic dress. I'm still tuned into his thoughts, and I can feel him making a mental calculation about how he looks and where we were going. He considers going home to change and then suddenly says, "Fuck it, let's go." We don't really, excuse my language, know why we are going or what we plan to do. What we can do, we just know we are sick of doing nothing. The Clarendon is a 5-star hotel that sits on the Beg River in the middle of the city. They built it before the last recession, constructing a huge expensive boardwalk outside with a floating pontoon that you can walk down to in the summertime. My sister Abby got married here when I was 13. I was allowed to bring Lily as my guest, and we ran up and down the pontoon during the speeches, jumping on it, making it shake. I slipped in the darkness and fell in the river. Lily had to pull me out. I nudged her as we are walking towards the entrance. "Remember this, Lil?" I say, pointing to the pontoon. "Abby's wedding? You pulled me out." She lifts her eyes to it, scanning it slowly, trying to stir the memory. "Yes," she says finally, and a look of utter amazement. Flowers in her face. "Your sister Abby got married here." "Yes," I agreed, as if I had not already said it. She turns to me a look of surprise and joy, but mostly surprise at the joy blooming Maeve. "That was fun." "Yeah," I nodded. "Remember Abby murdered me?" Sorry, I don't understand. "Yeah," I nodded. "Remember? Abby murdered me. Then we were banished to her hotel room, and it was the bridal suite, and we replaced all the mini shampoos with tea. Tea we brewed with the tiny kettle." She starts to laugh, utterly self-conscious, her mouth wide open, her lips peeled back. "This is the first time in many months since Lily has returned from the river that I have seen her take any joy in the past. I can't help but be delighted. Finally, Lily is feeling some kind of happiness about being human, and I got to be the one who let her see it." We walk through the elegant double doors of the hotel, a blast of central heating coming down from the ceiling, and the people at the reception immediately pointed us to the lift. "Third floor ballroom," they say without much enthusiasm. We take the lift up, and the moment the doors open, we hear a hum of activity and pop music playing over the sound system. We follow the noise, our trainers hissing on the soft carpet. "Hi guys," says a cheerful girl at the door of the ballroom. "Can I stamp your hand?" No," says Fiona. "You won't be able to get back in if you leave." "I think that's probably fine," Ruth says as we file in. There are about 300 people in the ballroom, and most of them are about 5 years either side of our age. I actually recognized some of the girls from the year below us. For some reason, Katy Perry's Fireworks is playing. The energy is different from the apartment gathering we attended in February. These people, they can't all be here for the free food, can they? There are little stalls on the edge of the ballroom with dishes and snacks and ballpoint pens, like a career fair. I catch the end of the conversation, one between a girl I recognize and the other girl that I don't. She's stunning with those huge painted eyebrows that look great on camera and slightly odd in real life. I'm just so stressed, the girl I recognize says, picking at her face. If I don't do well on my junior certificate, I'm basically screwed for the leaving. The other girl nods, her eyes concerned. This stress is a direction, she says, for bigger questions you are having about your life. There's a sunny party atmosphere. People are chatting, mingling, taking excited selfies with the influencers I presume are paid to be here. There's something else too, a sense that everybody is lucky or everyone is lucky. A congratulatory kind of air, like an award ceremony. Immediately there is no way to be inconspicuous. I'm so used to the way Rue dresses that I forgot that other people find it unusual. Particularly these kind of people. Within 10 minutes, 3 young children representatives have approached us to ask if we are okay, and all of them address Rue directly. "Oh, hello," one lady says to him, and her tone is strange. Her tone is strange. "And who might you be?" Even though she's standing upright, she sounds like she's crouching on her knees and talking to a child, like she's asking with a greatest of interest what he is dressed as for Halloween. She's in her 20s, wearing a tight sapphire dress with caped sleeves and looks vaguely like an air hostess from the past. "My name is Barry." "Barry?" I mouthed at him. He shrugs, amused. "Well, Barry, I'm Alice." "Huh, I am just so glad to see you here today. We are just such a fan of the arts and creativity here." "Creativity?" Rue looks puzzled. "Oh, you know, freedom of expression, like what you do, dress however you want. You know, okay." Sometimes she lowers her voice, like she's sharing a secret. Sometimes I wear cat ears to the supermarket just to feel an extra sparkle. "That's nice for you, but just so you know, we will expect you to use the gentleman's loos." He stops dead. His face blanches. We all look at her, shocked. Fiona seems to gather herself quickest. "Alice, do you usually bring up someone's bodily functions the second you meet them?" Alice doesn't even flinch. She looks at Fiona like she has simply misunderstood. "Oh, pet," she smiles. "I was only addressing the elephant in the room." I thought Barry would prefer that. "Who is Barry?" Lily asks in a wonder. Then she realizes it. "Oh, right. Wait, who's the elephant?" Rue asks me. Alice has had enough of this and moves away from us, giving us "I'm sorry, I really must mingle" smile. Rue still looks gobsmacked. He's only never used the man's or the gender-neutral restrooms. But even so, it is a disgusting thing to say to someone, particularly if you've just met them. "Hi, sorry, I don't know you, but where exactly are you planning to put your waste products?" Just a ballpark answer will do. "Look," Lily says, "a drinks table." She saunters over to the table where a tea and coffee urn sits and pours herself a cup of hot water. At that moment, a square-jawed guy who seems to be of Asian descent, starts talking to Fiona. You know, at first, he begins, I didn't think this kind of thing would be for me either. Uh-huh, she says, not missing a beat. And what exactly is this kind of thing? He doesn't answer the question. Ireland likes to pretend that it's so liberal, he says. Like, just because they don't have an empire, they can't be racist. But they can. Yeah, she agrees, but slowly, as if waiting for the trap door to fall. I've lived here for 5 years, and I would say about half the people I meet act as if they are just so generous for letting me live here, and that I should be grateful. He cocks his head to the side and puts on an old lady's accent. They say, aren't you glad you have a better life now? Like I escaped some trauma? I'm like, I know 10 people who could buy and sell your ass, and 9 of them I went to high school and and 9 of them I went to school with in Hong Kong. And in spite of herself, Fiona laughs. Her orange light starts to warm up and gently brighten, warm up, a fire gently brightening. But things are racism. But the things is racism comes from greed and feeling that you need to defend your identity, and people only feel those feelings when they are not close to God. I used to be so angry, but now I feel like when I talk to people about God, when I bring them back into the church, I'm really doing something, and I am not angry anymore. I will have to stop here. Again, the chapter is very long, so I'll see you in part 2. Thank you.